Final stretch of the first half, they ended like with a 26-6 run. You guys had, I think, 7 turnovers. That seemed to be the key. Just what do you recall about that stretch?
I think we just got loose with the ball, and when we didn't control ourselves, we kept playing out of control, and that's what happens. And they was able to go on a little run.
David, the bench really didn't give you much today until very late, but Antune came in and had about 4 or 5 rebounds. How do you guys get him going offensively?
I think we got to do a better job of feeding the post. I think, they pressured us to knock the ball, and they kind of got us out of what we do. And you could just tell that it just bothered us, and we just got to, get better at doing that and being able to get the ball into the post.
What was it like? I know you and Q were a little off the ball with Thornton. What was it like guarding someone with the kind of experience that he does?
He's really quick, and I think their offense, helps play to the advantage of their quickness. They're running off ball screens, and it's hard to get back in front of them. And if you don't control the ball, they're able to dish the ball, and he's very good at finishing around the rim and making smart plays.
David, you guys had 18 steals. It just seems like y'all just struggled to finish, get the ball in the basket.
Definitely. I think we got to, make better decisions on the break and in transition, and play a little bit more unselfish.
How tough is it when calls aren't going your way? A few of them seem that they could have gone either way.
You got to play through that. You can never control the refs. So the biggest thing is playing through it. They make a call, go on to the next play, and respond.
Give Boston College a ton of credit. Obviously 1-0 in the ACC right now with a big win the other night against Wake Forest, and they played well today. They really hurt us on the glass. It's a good lesson for our guys to learn. Mitchell, 6'6", 220 pounds, dominated the game taking 4 shots. Dominated the game taking 4 shots with 13 rebounds, 5 offensive, critical ones, 6 assists, only 1 turnover. Defensively, really active, guarded 5, the 4, the 3, the 2. It didn't matter. He don't care. It's a good lesson for our guys to learn. It really is. And sometimes you got to see other guys do some stuff to think to yourself, well, maybe I can impact this team that way. And then Thornton, from the point guard position, did a great job of running his team with the 22 points, in control, 4 or 5 from the free throw line. But we didn't defend well enough. We got out of sorts defensively. We played really hard, played with intensity, but kind of got overjuiced on our defense. We got caught out of position, overplaying. Because of that, we gave up some drives to the basket, some back cuts, and because of that, when you do that, now you're rotating, and now you're not going to rebound as well. And then, offensively, we've got to be able to make some open shots, and in the first half, we probably left 10 to 15 points on the rim on layups. Can't do that. Not against, the quality opponents that we're now playing, and that showed. Because it's still it's a 10-point game with 8 minutes to go. So you're still in the game, and you've played not well, not well. So maybe that's the good news, but the bad news is we didn't play well. So we got a long way to go. We got a long way to go in terms of staying within ourselves and playing the way we're supposed to play, both offensively and defensively. We got out of sorts today on both ends of the court.
Coach, David just mentioned unselfish play being part of what took place today, and I'm wondering if that might be a byproduct of a couple guys trying to do too much, having just lost yet a week ago.
Yeah, like I said, they asked about the 4 assists, right? That has nothing to do with being selfish. I mean, I can count on one hand bad shots. We don't take a lot of bad shots. We probably took 3 or 4 over a course of a game. That's not too bad, and it's usually by one of our best players, so you can live with that. The assist total is going to be low because of the way they play. They don't help on the drive. So you're not going to get a lot of drive and kickouts and so forth. We get a lot of shots at the rim on the drive. And you got to finish those plays. And they protect the rim by taking charges. They don't have a shot blocker or anything like that. And they took 4 or 5 charges on us. When action is called, play is called, we got to be able to execute it. And we weren't as sharp as you need to be when you play a very good team. When you play a very good team. When Mitchell's played a ton for them. Thornton is a 5th-year guy. Popovich, obviously, very talented, skilled, intelligent player. I thought their freshmen, were a big factor in Felder and Restrain in the first half. Those guys hurt us just by, just playing within themselves. And that, to answer your question, one of the things we have to fight is guys trying to do too much to make up for what we're missing. What I'd like them to do is do too much on the defensive glass. Do too much on the defensive end in terms of playing our defense. Offense will take care of itself. I thought we got good shots. Shots at the rim, some open threes. Get in the gym, get some free throw shooting in, so we don't go 10 of 18. And we got to take care of the ball. So all stuff that we've talked about before that we've made some strides in, but when you play this level of competition, your warts are going to show, and they showed tonight. They showed. To their credit, too. They got to make them show and give them credit on that.
Coach, Boston College, for lack of a better term, runs a lot of fake action, a lot of ball screens, and handoffs and downs before they even get into their actual play.
Yep.
Will you face another team that runs their offense like that?
Well, they have that with Popovich kind of running the point center in a lot of those things. You just don't see that. I mean, obviously, I think Jimmy's one of the best offensive coaches in the country. You ask any coach in the ACC, they'll tell you that. Their biggest jump right now is on the defensive end, and that's where Mitchell comes into play. You know what I mean? But Thornton is good at guarding the ball. He's very good at guarding the ball. So I think there will be better defensively. Other than the top 4 or 5 teams in that league right now, I think it's a crapshoot, and it's going to be a team like Boston College. If they can really come together and be really connected and play that style and play it really well, they could be the surprise team in that league. And they're like us. One of their guards who's really good isn't playing. He's hurt. So, but I was impressed with the way they played, and we have to play a lot better.
Coach, through the first 6:08 of the game, started out 4-0 on the offensive glass.
Yep.
9-0 on the second chance points. What changed?
Well, we turned the ball over after that, and they were switching ball screens or icing ball screens, so we were able to drive the ball. So now that man who's setting the screen, his job is to roll all the way to the rim, and if we missed a shot, he's there to rebound. All of a sudden now we're not rolling all the way to the rim. We're stopping, free throw line, whatever. So now we're getting the shots up, and we're not getting to the offensive glass. It just, and we also took some shots out of our offense, which then does not create offensive rebound opportunities. If we run our offensive effectively, even when we miss a shot, we've created a scramble on defense. When you create a scramble on defense, with Mike in particular, he's a very good offensive rebounder. But if the defense is able to stay locked in, then you don't have as many offensive opportunities for rebounds. And that's what happened in the last 10 minutes. We fouled a lot in that stretch. Some calls I don't really understand, so I'm going to have to get a little better feel on some of those. And then, we got out of sorts because we weren't scoring, and then we weren't getting stops on the other end.
Coach, 36% from the floor today, and then only 22% from behind the arc. What can you take out of a game like this? Is it just getting back in the gym and just?
Yeah. We didn't. And that's the thing. I mean, there's going to be nights where you don't shoot the ball well. So how are you going to win the game? You know, how are we going to win the game? You know, we forced 28 turnovers. If you told me we were going to force 28 turnovers, you'd think you're going to win the game. You know what I mean? But you can't force 28 turnovers at the expense of giving up 58% from the field in the second half. You know, so it's either you get a steal or you give up a layup or an open three. Well, you're at this level against a team like that, you're just not gonna win. You know, so yeah, we need to shoot the ball better, and we need to defend a lot better. You know, because when we go in stretches where we don't score, or we got to turn those turnovers into immediate points on the other end, and we didn't do that today. We didn't get a steal and get down the court and get a layup. You know what I mean? And that's an area that we need to improve in, obviously.